Alright, so I was going through all the login setup procedures, and I was met with, two things. One, professional trained talents only. The Doggo will consider professionally trained talents only. No, a weekend course does not qualify as professional training. Profiles do not fully support a professional background will be deleted without notification. I'm not a professional background, and so I don't quite feel good for that. And this one, it cancels out checkout at PayPal. They wanted me to pay $200 to even sign up after I tried setting up all the information. So yeah, those two new sites are kind of a no-go, at least for now. So, any other sites you guys know of to try this? Alright, so yeah, that was kind of a big old waste of time. But I'll try it out later, maybe. Alright. We'll see. In the meantime, though, we'll work with what we got. Try something else, maybe. Try something. Alright. Yeah, that is the question. Well, you can get coaches, professionally trained coaches and stuff like that, which I'd like to look into. There's also some places down in San Francisco, New York, Texas, those places. One of the reasons I'm moving down there to try and get into that crowd. But yeah, it's oh yeah, and this site has a coronavirus quarantine pricing, 60% off gold. I'm not quite sure how I feel about that, but anyway, we'll try it. Do I have these all set up? Voice actor, whatever. All right. I've got my little recorder box down here, just ready to go when we get to it. Alright, so we'll be looking at some of these projects. Deadline 12 hours. The Walking Dead comic dub. Miles behind us. I don't know. I don't know the show. I don't know the characters. That's my biggest personal hang up. I probably could voice some characters from shows, but I tend to actually gravitate towards some roles that my voice would fit into, not altering myself to fit a role. No, that was kind of backward thinking now that I think about it. I just don't know how to alter my voice to that much of an extent. Yes, I'm not a professionally trained actor. Alright. Final Fantasy X fandom casting Titus and Child and Auron. I know Auron. I don't think I could pull that off. He's pretty deep. Well, gruff. I'm not all that gruff of a voice. Philip the Fisherman. Scrolls of Aristria. Minecraft Machinima. Let's give that one a look-see. Maybe. Ranma Saotome. Yeah, that's actually one of the shows I haven't watched yet. I've seen like the first 3 episodes of the show, but haven't actually watched enough of it. It's apparently a classic from the one of the creators of, I think, Sailor Moon was she also made, and about the guy who turns into a girl when it's splashed with cold water and the guy when it's hot water or whatever it is. And again, that's also a very well-known role, and I don't know if I could do it. Well, I'll open it up and see what everyone else sounds like. See if I have any shot at it. Death Note one-shot manga dub. Might be able to pull off some of that. Well, let's give that one a shot. If you guys disagree for whatever reason and think I actually could do one of these, let me know. I'll give it a shot. Horror Tale comic dub. Voice actors needed. Flowey. Papyrus. Not Mayor Bear. They don't actually have a voice, so I might be able to fit one of those. We'll see. Shumatsu no Valkyrie, Record of Ragnarok, manga dub, Sasaki Kojiro vs. Poseidon, 5-minute extract. I read that, but none of that quite fit together. Record of Ragnarok, manga dub, Sasaki Kojiro vs. Poseidon. These things can get weird. Best guess is the project will actually get finished. Read more in the... Alright. Will the Cool Guy, upcoming show, season 1. Cast producer? I don't think that's a voice actor role. Kurosagi Corpse Delivery Service, manga dub. Corpse Delivery Service? Hello, and thank you for checking out our casting call for Kurosagi Corpse Delivery Service manga dub. We are a dubbing and abridging group primarily known for our comic dubs, and we have a need for new voiceover talent to lend themselves to these new and recurring roles. These roles are not compensated. We'd love to hear from as many talented and passionate actors as we possibly can. However, to maintain the level of quality that we strive to reach, we're going to be settling a few ground rules. Carrie Ellis, Yuji Yata, Makoto Numata, Kuro Karatsu. Give it a shot. See where it goes. So it's a manga dub, which means the voices are in flux, I guess. Emergency casting Saragon dubs. Doing Otome Games. Are we looking to expand to comic dubs as well? Sure. Koa by Akira Toriyama, animated manga, major role. Hi, thanks for taking out this casting call. Trying to keep this short and sweet. Need an actor or actress to voice a major role for a planned animated manga series on my channel. The role is a little blue ghost boy who is friends with the protagonist, Koa. The Japanese manga short series created by Akira Toriyama. It has a comedic, kid-friendly themes and lessons on good behavior. Toriyama is known for Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Super. It's 40 bucks. Why not give it a try? But it's a little kid, so I doubt I'll fit into that role. Death Chant His Lament manga dub. I've never heard of some of this stuff, and it's just so bizarre of a name. Introduction. Bitter Dub Production presents Death Chant His Lament manga dub special. This manga dub will become the Halloween special project that will premiere this fall. This dub is a one-shot project. We are seeking voice actors for the following roles below. Synopsis: the duty of a Grim Reaper is to end life, but this one falls in love with a human and commits the greatest taboo of his kind. How real is this love between death and a young boy? What to look for: minimal to no background. Voice actor Velius the Grim Reaper, Schwartz the Crow, and school administrator. Sure, why not? Let's give that a shot. Light of a Guardian, Season 3-4, M7, 4 male, 7 female. You know, let's give it a shot. Without even reading any of it, I'm going to give it a shot. One thing I want to try and look for is some paid roles. See if I give it a complete shot in the dark. Tamura. I might be able to do that. Maybe. We'll see. This is a beta test for my hopeful dream of turning the My Hero Academia anime into films. Hopefully the first one will be out next year. But for now we're just working on the beta test, which is my absolute favorite fight, which is Deku vs Todoroki. Run just clear cut audio file. Only do the lines once. Might be a little late, but I really hate people that try different versions. Alright, one line for maybe a paid gig for something I might be able to do. 18 plus, no. Whisper of the Past, Breath of the Wild, Memories, Fandom, Angel Game plus the Champions Ballad. 19 days, 8 open roles, which is probably the actors. Let's give that one a shot. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 audition things up. Grand Theft Auto Machinima Comedy Series. Sure, why the hell not? I have no idea what I'll be doing. Alright. Sure. Because why not? Alright, so let's see. The first one is casting call for Part 18, Scroll of Aristria, Minecraft Machinima. Fantasy medieval action drama is the first part of a 3-part book series I wrote a few years ago. A few lead characters on their journey, Austria following different personalities and life choices, which eventually bring them all together, as their differences are what make them work well together to defeat a greater threat than themselves. Please be aware, if you are not chosen for a role that you auditioned for, I will probably most definitely ask you to play another role, so don't worry if you don't get the first role you auditioned for. Please be aware that if you are not chosen for a role that you auditioned for, I will probably most definitely ask you to play another role. So don't worry if you get the first role you auditioned for. Alright. If you don't get this role, I'll slap you onto something else, maybe. Some scenes may be dialogue heavy, but most are very manageable. Lines sent by chapter, as to not overwhelm anyone. The story takes place in the world of Austria. There are 2 large continents, among other small islands, and secret places across the world, some that have not been inhabited, explored, or found. There is a large hand-drawn map that is issued for referencing material. There are a few story arcs that are followed, and so characters will be seen at different times as their story progresses alongside their other characters. I'm currently the only builder, so it's taking me time to create the movie sets of each chapter. I use Discord for all my blah. As characters are needed or introduced into the series, so I'll cast their roles. Until then, I'll try my best to cast them as I needed. I'll say the characters are extras, repeatable extras, or long-term characters, as some characters can be used with recycled audio, bandits, thieves, etc. Everyone receives credits, reels, as requested. Credits and reels, requirements, yada yada. Community, please have emotion. Please have emotion. Please speak clearly. Must have Discord at this. Is how I deliver your line to you and receive the MP3/WAV files. Alright. Where are we right now? As Part 18 now finished Book 1 of its first season finale. We have completed very small arcs for a couple of the main series. Dwarves, goblins, orcs, and other evil creatures will become more frequent as the veil is raised by the Dark One. So if you enjoy voicing evil characters, keep your eyes peeled for when an opening is available. Alright. Close. 1 dude. 2 dudes. Alright. Leonid Romanov. Immediate recast. A recast for Leonid is needed. Immediate casting. Please keep in mind this is a lead role and is heavily used. Please do not audition if you are unable to meet deadlines. Gender female. That's not me. Speaking of, there was, okay, this is getting really out there. I took a voice acting class Well, I am taking one every Wednesday night or so. And this one dude, as a joke, auditioned for a 18 plus Minecraft hentai parody of a woman, but he was a dude. And he did it entirely satirically. Just making a joke of like how just completely 180 degrees of what they were asking for. He apparently was told he was pretty good at it and was getting cast for something else unrelated, but he's like, I did it as a joke, but people liked what I did, so I got a role for something by doing that. And it's like, you never know when trying out things. You might just get something else that might work better for you, which is an interesting way to go about it. Alright. Male, middle age, English, extra. I can deal with that. Philip the Fisherman. He is a very small extras role, but a fun character nonetheless. Rufus, you better not be getting yourself into that stinking seaweed again. You know how bad it smells on your fur. I've heard of potions that mages cook up that can make you fall in love with a beaver or grow your hair back, but a half man, half wolf? That's stretching it a bit far, I think. He's a fisherman, huh? Alright. 2 lines, 3 auditions. Let's give it a shot. Might have a decent chance at this one. Was this the one that only wanted 1 line? Requirements. Backbone. No, that was somebody else. So, alright. Philip the Fisherman. He's very small. What kind of voice would Philip the Fisherman have? Rufus. If I get over this stupid cough. It is not coronavirus, pretty sure. Oh yeah, speaking of, I read the article you linked, and it is a bit more severe than just a common cold. It's a bit more, but it's basically just, as far as I can tell, a cold on some steroids. It's same symptoms, same things. And even in the article itself, very few actually died from the virus itself, but died from complications of other matters because of it, from what I could understand. In and of itself, I'm still not too worried about it, but now I know a bit more about it, and it's not quite just a cold. Though it kind of is. It's weird. Alright. Rufus, you better not get... God. Maybe I should try voice acting with this stupid cough. I can feel it come. Rufus, you better not be getting yourself in that stinking seaweed again. You know how bad it smells on your fur. I've heard of potions that mages cook up that you can make you fall in love with a beaver or grow your hair back. But a half man, half wolf? Bah, that's stretching it a bit far, I think. Maybe. Rufus, you better not be getting yourself into that stinking seaweed again. You know how bad it smells on your fur. I've heard of potions that mages cook up that can make you fall in love with a beaver or grow your hair back. But a half man, half wolf? Huh, that's stretching it a bit far, I think. Rufus. I don't know. Maybe I'll just do a default one. Just do a default roll for everything and then do a extra one, I guess. Rufus, you better not be getting yourself into that stinking seaweed again. You know how bad it smells on your fur. I've heard of potions that mages cook up that can make you fall in love with a beaver or grow your hair back. But a half man, half wolf? Bah, that's stretching it a bit far, I think. Rufus, you better not be getting yourself into that stinking seaweed again. You know how bad it smells on your fur. I've heard of potions that mages cook up that can make you fall in love with a beaver or grow your hair back. But a half man, half wolf? Ugh, that's stretching it a bit far, I think. Hearing my own voice is so weird. It's not bad, but I don't like it. It is my voice. But it's kind of grating just to hear my own voice. It is not what I sound like to my own head. You physically sounded different. Fall in love with a beaver. Alright, so those are those editions. I'm gonna play back the other one. Rufus, you better not be getting yourself into that stinking seaweed again. You know how bad it smells on your fur. I've heard of potions that mages cook up. Fall in love with a beaver or grow your hair back. But a half man, half wolf? Huh. That's stretching it a bit far, I think. I don't know. It's weird for everyone. Yeah, sorry. Or are you talking about that quality? Apparently you can hear your own voice if you like what you sound like if you cover your ears like this and then just talk, because then you're not hearing it through, you're hearing the rebound or something. I told my mom about that and she completely freaked out. That's not my voice. That's weird. Alright. Alright. Export as MP3. That's new folder, new voiceover stuff. Sherman. I'll upload this stuff all later. But I'm saving it here so I have a yep. So that's. I feel like I could do this one a bit better. I'll come back to it. Maybe get in the flow of things and try stuff. Oh yeah, this one. Ranma and Akane Tendo. Cologne. And sound effects. Not me. 77 editions. I want to hear the other people for this one. They have the option for recommended or stars or upvotes and the like. So, I'm just looking for that number for what people would consider a good pick for that. Recommended, this guy. Alright. Vote to recommended voice go. There we are. And I think I saw one upvote somewhere over here. This guy. Alright, so those are what it should sound like. So give me a sec. Pause music. See if I can load up these sound files. Here we go. This is apparently what people are recommending the voice be.
That Hoposai is at it again! Dirty old man. Be a pal and beat me up. Listen up, numbskull. If Kasumi isn't back by dinner time, we're gonna have to eat Akane's cooking. Get it, dimwit? If we eat that, and man oh man, we're all gonna wish we died at sea.
Kind of. Sounds like my other voice. But I don't know.
That Hoposai is at it again. Dirty old man. That Hoposai is at it again. Dirty old man. That Hoposai is at it again. Dirty old man. Be a pal and beat me up. Be a pal and beat me up.
And these are what some of the auditions are. They do it a couple of times. I don't know.
Listen up, numbskull. If Kasumi isn't back by dinner time, we're gonna have to eat Akane's cooking. Get it, dimwit? We eat that, and man oh man, we're all gonna wish we died at sea.
I kind of get the feeling of that about that one. And there's this guy up here. Ooh, quiet one.
That Hamasai is at it again. Man. Be a pal and beat me up. Listen up, numbskull. If Kasumi isn't back by dinner time, we're gonna have to eat Akane's cooking. Get it, dimwit? We eat that, and man, oh man, we're all gonna wish we died at sea.
Alright, so those are honestly all over the place. Right, and it's not medium, medium, low. Alright, let's just straight up, flat out give it a shot. I have no idea how well I'll do. It's up to them to figure out if they want me or not, I guess. Alright, turn that back on for a bit. Alright, so really? Cool. Sorry, I just read your comment there. Bit too focused, I guess, but because yeah, this is one aspect of myself I'm trying to overcome and get better at. I keep dismissing myself. Like all these auditions I've already been talking about, I don't have that voice, I don't fit that, I don't know if I'd be good enough. And so I want to work with getting over that by getting to the mindset of it's not up for me to decide whether I'm good or not, or I'm right for the role or not. It's up to them to decide if I am or not. And it's a weird shift to, like, I know I'm not good, I know I'm not good, I know I'm not good, and it's like, maybe I'm good? Alright. Voice preference right there. A YouTube link to it right here. So give me a moment. Here's YouTube. This is my internet. Bit of a 2-minute video at 144 resolution, taking this long to load. And according to my little chart, down here, it's not actually doing anything. Nope, nothing going on. 2.2 kilobytes a second for something, maybe. This is why I can't look at things. Well, that's going on. Oh, 8.4, 7.4, 6.6. Nope, it's dying off. Alright, I guess I can't check out what his voice sounds like right now. Alright, so I'm just gonna do a flat out my voice recording of this character. See if that's what they want for him. That post. That's a bad habit of mine, I guess. Catching myself exactly. Haposai. 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 That Haposai is at it again. Dirty old man. Be a pal and beat me up. Listen up, numbskull. If Kasumi isn't back by dinner time, we're gonna have to eat Akane's cooking. Get it, dimwit? We eat that, and man, oh man, we're all gonna wish we died at sea. That Haposa is at it again. Dirty old man. Be a pal and beat me up. Listen up, numbskull. If Kasumi isn't back by dinner time, we're gonna have to eat Akane's cooking. Get it, dimwit? We eat that, and man, oh man, we're all gonna wish we died at sea. Alright, sure, let's go with that. That's me. Export this MP3. New folder. Ranma Saotome. Alright, new box. Next. In our family, they've yeah, they watch a hell of a lot of TV shows, sitcoms, and my sister loves Friends, my dad loves Seinfeld, my mom likes Big Bang Theory. They watch a lot of that stuff. They go to sleep to TV shows on repeat, or the series on repeat anyway. Kind of drove me a bit nuts because I go to sleep to silence. Lights off, no sound, no nothing, just go to sleep like that. That's how I prefer to go to sleep. But they always, all of them have some TV show going, some movie playing in the background. Anywho, as such, of what they enjoy doing, we have a lot of lines. One, we play back a lot of lines with people, and that's not a knife, this is a knife, type of thing. The one that we always do is next, the soup Nazi from Seinfeld. No soup for you, and all that stuff. We quote Seinfeld and Friends and stuff a lot. Less so nowadays, as those are actually kind of older shows, but it is what it is. It's have fun with what you can. Alright, this is a casting for Death Note, one-shot manga dub. What is Death Note? I already know what Death Note is. Most of you should too, if you're the anime enthusiasts you are. Requirements when auditioning: first things first, high quality audio, XLR microphone, got that, makes a world of difference. Second, and it's most important on the list, be committed to the project. If such one you're casted, a person who is inflexible with time is unacceptable, and I will have to recast if you happen to not show up when scheduled. Not show up when scheduled? If you believe that you may have some family problems or things that take priority, please let me know in advance, and we can always work something out in the end. However, the more free your schedule is, the less you will stress about getting in your files to me, the more love you can put into those lines. Lines need lovin'. Magic needs love. Third, be communicative. We will have Discord calls to have read-throughs, and we'll be filling a reading schedule that the cast will fill out after being casted. When filling out the schedule, make sure that it's 100% according to your availability. Refer to the second rule, and that you can stick to it. It's okay if you can't show up certain days and times. Just make sure you can fill out that you can't show up. I'll be adding you to a Discord with the Dr. Stone manga dub cast, and integrate both casts to one big micro voiceover casts or something. Quiet space, please limit any reverb that is in the room. If you're a beginner or novice, try to cover the corners of your room with anything you can find. If you still have that problem, try hanging a blanket underneath your microphone setup. I welcome beginners, so don't be shy. I want to see you grow as a voice actor. Take deep breaths, be aware, be the character, set aside pain, frustration in your voice, for any outside troubles. Minoru Tanaka, Ryuk, L, Matsuda, Prime Minister of China, President of US, Donald Trump. We all know Donald Trump in his manga. Alright, Anthony Rester. He's a member of the SPK, medium low voice, army-ish. Army-ish voice. Hale Lidner, female. A Shinigami. TV host, male or female. Head officer. A lot of roles here. Minoru's mother, not that one. extras, student, extras, people. Fair amount of roles. Sebek, hello, welcome, welcome. You just in time for me to be cast as, or not be cast, but audition for Death Note people. Hi, Mom. Minoru, diligent, soft-spoken young man, top student in Japan despite his lack of effort in school, and not any special when it comes to his personality. When given the Death Note... Oh, this is a redo. Give me a sec here. Death Note is originally about an anime character named by Light who does controversial acts, thanks to just for the Death Note. The one that I'm working on right now is a one-shot that was made in late February, and is a really great one-shot I love, but hate that it doesn't have voiceover. That's what I'm here for. I won't spoil anything about the one-shot, but let's say that the main character doesn't take the same approach as Light. Perhaps does things for a more selfish reason. Read it. Yeah, that isn't Light. That isn't L. No, Light, yeah. L is the other one. He is a top student who fan by his lack of effort in school and is not any special when it comes to personality. When given the Death Note, he is hesitant when Ryuk tells him to act, just as Light Yagami did 10 years ago. 10 years ago, right? And thinks that he can't try to become what Light was. So he takes advantage of the notebook and puts it up for auction and plans to sell it to the highest bidder, disregarding the bidder's intent with the notebook. The voice I'm looking for is a soft-spoken, medium voice with a sliver of edge. How about a coughing fit man? Does that work? Soft-spoken, medium voice with a sliver of edge. Soft-spoken, medium voice with a sliver of edge. I'll come back to that one. Ryuk. Ryuk is a Shinigami from the Shinigami world. He's very childish in his respect. He spends his days in the Shinigami world bored until one day happens to send his Death Note. The voice I'm looking for is a raspy, devilish, medium-low voice. Don't hurt yourself with being raspy. I'm trying to remember what his voice is. And yeah, it's raspy. L. Nier. Oh yeah, L was replaced. Nier is the successor of L from the previous anime. He along with I and Mello, he takes L's place for tracking down the real Kira's. The voice I'm looking for is a childlike voice, even though he is 27. High, medium, or medium. God, I need to learn to be better. And so this is my dilemma. Probably one that's being self-imposed, but do I run through it and try and figure out on my own and then get classes to do better, or do I get classes, learn how to do it, and then go through auditions after knowing how to alter my voice and the like? Childlike voice, even though he is 27. High, medium, or medium. Let's call whoever's putting the murder notebook up for auction Akira. However, in essential, I hate how my voice feels. My voice is my voice, so I don't hate me, but it could be better. I know it could be better, and I know I can alter it. I don't know how, and that drives me nuts. I know I could fit for roles, but I don't know how to get there. Let's call whoever's putting the murder notebook up for auction Akira. Hey, Kira. However, it's essentially impossible to find that footage from all cameras in Japan, only using the help. However, it's essentially impossible to find that footage from all the cameras in Japan, only using the help of people who can see the Shinigami. When the entire world knows about it, that makes it much harder to just outright use the notebook. Besides, isn't the more pressing issue at the moment how Kira will handle the transaction? Maybe. I'd have to hear it though. I can't quite hear it on stream, as I showcased with the YouTube video. That didn't load. I'll check it out after stream. Give me a link or a channel to check out it, and I'll take a look at it and get back to you. Cristobal. Wait. Somebody asked me that before. I can't remember the name of that guy. Might have been you. And feel free to nag me about some of this stuff. I do lose trains of thought sometimes. Alright. Too many things going on in my life right now. Or maybe not enough. Link is in your bio. Alright. I'll take a look at it after stream. And see where... I'll take a look at it at the very least. Alright, here we go. It was, okay. And I remember doing it. No, I remember you talking about it. Yeah, I'll do it. I think I wrote a sticky note then too. It's probably one of the ones that fell off. These things just come off real easily. Maybe something. Yeah, YouTube is the same name. Look it up and you should be able to find it. But yeah. Check it out after the stream. Give me some time. Anyway, I'm gonna go record L is near for in my higher soft voice, I guess. I don't know. It's hard to describe this stuff. Let's call what? Let's call whoever's putting the murder notebook up for auction. Hey, Kira. Let's call whoever's putting the murder notebook up for auction. Hey, Kira. However, it is essentially impossible to find that footage from all the camera in Japan, only using the help of people who see the Shinigami. However, it is essentially impossible to find that footage from all the cameras in Japan, only using the help of people who can see the Shinigami. When the entire world knows about it, that makes it much harder to just outright use the notebook. Besides, isn't the more pressing issue at the moment like... When the entire world knows about it, that makes it much harder to just outright use the notebook. Besides, isn't the more pressing issue at the moment how Akira will handle the transaction? When the entire world knows about it, that makes it much harder to just outright use the notebook. Besides, isn't the more pressing issue at the moment how Akira will handle the transaction? Alright, audition 1 for Death Note. Yeah. Death Note. This one is for L. Near. Alright. What is the key to voice acting? Can you give me some tips? Honestly, I'm still learning myself. And there's different types of voice acting. For instance, I'll give you just a couple of examples. There's the radio broadcast announcer. This Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday sale. All prices at half off. And you get that vibe, that feel. Very powerful voice. Trying to sell you shit and be very, very expressive in the things that they want you to buy. This. Radio announcer type thing. That's for specific things that you may need. And there's a kind of a category of that on its own. If you want that to sell people, or the people who read the side effects at the end of a video, then there's the audiobook type stuff, which is what I'm used to, where you just sit there and read. Here, I'll read this bit up here for you in my reading voice. Nier is the successor of L from the previous anime. He, along with I and Mello. He takes L's place for tracking down the real Kira, who the real Kira is, and later down the line tracks who the real Kira is. He possesses a different childlike trait than that from L. He plays with toys labeled with names of investigators and suspects. The main ones bring him L, Mello, and Kira. The voice I'm looking for is the childlike voice, even though he is 27, high, medium, or medium. And with an audiobook reading, you try and be very normal, casual, because if you had Nier is the successor of L from the previous anime, he along with I and Mello, that for a few hours listening to an audiobook would get grating really fast. So it's honestly, from my experience, more about feeling an intent and what you're trying to accomplish than just messing with the voices. And then there's the one that most people recognize as voice acting, as the Kermit the Frog voice here, and different ways to do such things, making different accents. Now you all better understand here that these accents are a bit more funny and different ways to do things and say all this malarkey and all that jazz. And that's just learning, experiencing, and trying to figure out how to do it. The biggest one for me is hearing, actually listening and being able to replicate it. One of the reasons I am bad at accents and the like is I don't know what they sound like. Monotone. Monotone may be needed for what it is. There's some like computer audio voices, like the AI for a ship. Alright, and so if you can do some of those voices, try and work with some of your strengths and try and figure out if this is what you can do and like how to apply that. And for me right now, I'm still a budding I'm fine, it's just getting it all out of my lungs. I'm trying to figure out what some of my skills are. I see potential in myself for my ability to do things. I don't know how to do it though. So I'm looking into courses and classes and other videos and the like that I can learn to better myself. But yeah, if you like going with those voices one, and see, that's something, that's editing, post effects. If you can do it with your own voice, that is much more preferred than editing it through a computer, because then you'd have to edit your voice every time you want to do that character or some such. Hey, Cirrus, what's up? Voice acting stuff, that's what. Oh yeah, Matsudo. I think I actually might be a decent Matsudo. Maybe not the best, but decent. My skills? Solely with voice acting or everything else too, because I have a lot of skills to do things. The important thing is finding your lolly voice. I don't have a lolly voice. How about this? Okay, here, I'll try the lolly voice. How's this for a lolly voice? Is this any good? Please notice me, senpai. Nah. I don't know. I don't have high pitched. When I try, that does actually start bothering my cough. Because getting a high voice, you have to contract your windpipe and all that stuff to try and get it that higher pitched voice. And my voice cracks. It doesn't get that high. I could try, but I don't want to. Video games or commercials? At the moment, just auditions on random shit. Currently, Death Note auditions for things. Seku has, huh? One joke about a guy who didn't want to be discovered by the FBI, so I edited it to make it sound like a covered voice. Oh, like those garbled whatever. Yeah, that's a post effect. Now you might be looking at something a bit different. You sound like you enjoy editing them on the technical level. Those are people who are the ones listening and recording to the voiceovers. And this is a bit that I found out. For an example, a lot of us like video games, and when I was younger, I was really looking into making video games because that's what I wanted to do in life. Because video games are awesome, right? Well, I did. I started looking into it, and I could do it, but I found that I like playing video games. I don't like making video games. So it was the only voice you edited? All right. But it is up to us to figure out if we like the thing for this reason or this reason. I'm being generic because I can't tell you for one way or the other what it'll be. But I found that I didn't quite like the programming aspect. I could do it, but it was a real pain, and I didn't like doing it. I could do some of the 3D modeling, but I wasn't quite able to do the animating or the texturing. The texturing drove me crazy. Trying to unfold something and then paint it all squished to put it back on to make that. I hated that. It's part of the job. It depends. If you're just sitting here with a voice and you have somebody else do the editing aspect, because not all voices need editing. Sometimes they just need your voice. Like, for instance, this Matsuda. If my voice, as like this, was what they needed for his voice character over there would be no editing. I don't need to edit it. And that aspect would be, if I did need to edit it, it might be just the mannerisms and how it's portrayed, or the deepness of the voice, something like that. I'm still learning how to do that aspect, so. Alright. Well, let's, I hate editing. Well, then, don't do it. It's kind of a stupid, simple answer, but if you don't like doing something, and it's not because the double speak of you're afraid to do it because you think you might fail, which I am flat out guilty of doing many times. I'm trying to get over. If it's something you actually want to do and you're fearful that you might be good at it, might be bad at it, so you don't do it, that's one thing. But you're sounding like something you don't like doing, then don't do it. If you want to work with some voiceover stuff, for instance, and do that aspect, sit there and find it. Insert videos? But yeah, you might like, for instance, this voice acting example. There's the talking, the editing, and then the subtitles or video editing or whatnot. You might like that you find the voice acting aspect, the talking and recording your own voice, but you don't like the editing aspect. So focus on the talking point and work at that aspect and try and work that out to be a bit better at. Alright. Well, yeah. Well, then, if you are good at it and like doing it or what have you, go and do it. Yeah. So, yeah, there's not much to work on then. Well, yeah, then work on that. Focus on it. Try and improve your good aspects, the things you are good at doing. Now, I started this channel with sewing. It was okay, but I didn't see it as much of a financial sustainability as I thought it would be. I was also struggling with the development of the patterns for the clothing, which was interesting, and I enjoyed doing it, but I couldn't ever get it right. It was weird. Then I shifted over to the sculpting, then the 3D modeling, then the chainmail, then the game playing, then now I'm on voice acting. I know I forgot something along those lines. Alright, well, cool. Then what do you need my help with, man? You seem to have all the answers already. But yeah, I am not a... it takes so much time. And patterns are difficult, yes. They do work, but making patterns for a small scale is even more difficult. I don't know. I'd like to give that another shot, another try, but... well, we're starting out next week with some crochet hooks and the like, so... yeah, and see... and that's one aspect I can talk about on my own. There's a couple of things that I didn't mind doing, but they took up a lot of time. So I decided I'm not going to do that, and I'm going to spend that long amount of time doing something else that I do enjoy. It worked out for some stuff. Can't remember specifically what it was, but I just remember having done that. Smart doll sized bunny suit. It's not easy. Hey, welcome to the club. Smart doll pattern sizes. Very small. Very tiny little details. And like millimeters matter. It drove me crazy when like, okay, just take off add an inch or two here. Why? Why is that an inch or two there? What is the purpose of that inch? They never say. And I liked going through the pattern doing that, but I couldn't ever figure out why it wasn't working, what the stuff was doing. Yeah, well, thank you. I appreciate that. And see, that's where I'm focusing on. I don't have any editing skills other than cut, delete, put, smush back together. I don't want to be an editor. I want to try and work at the voice acting aspect because I think I have skill and potential at that. Though I don't think I'm at the level that I want to be at to be professional at. So I'm working at that one. And let's look. New block for Matsuda. The voice I'm looking for is a medium voice. Sounds like the average office worker. Sounds like the average office worker. That would be the average person. And when proven wrong, to sound like a man-child. That is him. I've heard weird stories about people trying to save time and then getting fired. Not fired, but just yelled at for saving time. Yeah, well, I kind of tried that route, but the tape I used didn't work very well. I still... no, I don't have that around anymore. Made your coworkers feel bad. Well, I don't know anything about your situation, but sometimes a lot of that is just higher ups dictating how the lower ups, whatever the term for that is, should do things. Like in Walmart, I've got family there. They have issues. They have the old way of doing it, and then they introduce this one new best way, and it's like, that's inefficient. It doesn't work. You have to sit there, scan the individual item, put it on the shelf, go back, scan the individual item, put it on the shelf, instead of going beep, 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 and then bring it all at once. That would save time, but no, we have to do it this way, and that's with the job and the like. So and my coworker was sleeping on the job. Well, that's not ideal. Unless he's testing a bed. Is that what your job is? Sitting on mattresses, testing the comfiness of the levels? That might explain the sleeping, but I don't know. Alright. I should work on somewhat more voice acting. I currently have like 3 total auditions done in an hour and a half. I got 3 auditions. Fully on time here. Alright. Matsuda. Deputy Commissioner, Ryuk is trying to sell the Death Note. Deputy Commissioner, Ryuk is trying to sell the Death Note. Police, don't even think about trying to buy Kira's power. It's true. I swear, it's like a voodoo doll that curses people to death. If you have their picture and name... I'm gonna redo those in order. It's here in the same voice. The tax job. Taxes. I still need to do those. It's not hard, I just need to get around to doing them. Alright, no problem. That was odd. My computer had to hang up there for a second. Alright. Gonna get back to the voice acting for a bit. Try and get a few more in here before we run out of time. Deputy Commissioner, Ryuk is trying to sell the Death Note. Deputy Commissioner, Ryuk is trying to sell the Death Note. Deputy Commissioner, Ryuk is trying to sell the Death Note. Police, don't even think about trying to buy Kira's power. Police, don't even think about trying to buy Kira's power. Police, don't even think about trying to buy Kira's power. It's true, I swear. It's like a voodoo doll that curses people to death if you have their picture and name. It's true, I swear. It's like a voodoo doll that curses people to death if you have their picture and name. It's true, I swear. It's like a voodoo doll that curses people to death if you have their picture and name. I think that one went okay. We'll figure it out as we go. Export this MP3. Matsuda. Alright, that's one. Next. Prime Minister of China. I don't know what a Chinese accent would sound like. I'm not gonna do Donald Trump. I actually don't even know what he really looks like. Sounds like. It's whatever. It's tax season here, so I still need to do it. I can do it now. I am gonna get whatever. I get money back. I was unemployed like the entirety of last year, other than working the last 2-3 months at Radio Shack part-time, and then $100 from Twitch. So my income is like, I think it was like somewhere around like 3,000 total max. I don't know, something like that. It's very small, so I will get something back. I don't have to pay anything, but I gotta figure it out. Yada yada, all that jazz. He's a member of the SPK, medium low voice, army-ish voice. L. What? L. There's some news about Kira coming out of Japan right now. The Shinigami passed underground. It did not show up on the Sakura TV security footage after that. That's Japanese, not Chinese. I know Japanese a bit. I don't know the Chinese. They are different. So I'm not going to attempt that. Especially the president of China. I might get banned from Winnie the Pooh land. Nice occupation. Yeah, but I'd have to get enough money off of that to consider it an occupation. Currently, I have some subscriptions that are working their way towards the $100 buyout range. Not buyout, but payout range on Twitch. Yeah, Twitch, all the subscriptions and the donations and the bits and all that have to add up to at least 100 before I can cash in on that. And so $100 every 4 or 5 months is not overly ideal for an income that is sustainable. Yeah, Let's Player doesn't get paid much, but a voice actor can, so I'm trying to mix the bits a bit. Anyway, I'm gonna get this voice actor going to get alright. Maybe so. But again, I have no experience with the Chinese language other than Ning Dong Ping Pong Ni Hao. Satirical stuff, so I don't know what it would sound like. There's some news about Kira coming out of Japan right now. I forgot the L. Give me a sec. L. There's some news about Kira coming out of Japan right now. L. There's some news about Kira coming out of Japan right now. The Shinigami passed underground and did not show up on the Sakura TV security footage after that. The Shinigami passed underground and did not show up on the Sakura TV security footage after that. The Shinigami passed underground and did not show up on the Sakura TV security footage after that. Alright. Decent. Anthony Rester. New one. Scroll down. A Shinigami. They can be anything, I guess. But yeah, so one of the things with I want to try and learn a bit of accents and a bit of voice play, because like I said earlier, I don't quite like how my voice sounds. It's a bit too nasally for what I consider likable, I guess. I don't know. It's my voice. It is what it is. I'm not going to sit here and bemoan it, but I want to learn how to alter it. That's what I was looking for in the classes. I was trying to take on the voiceover, the casting call club thing, but I'm not quite learning that. I think what I'm looking for is a voiceover coach that can help me do it. And I know I do a hell of a lot better with with people, talking to an actual person and working with people as opposed to a video and self-teaching myself. I can do some of that, but I don't think it'll work out very well in this case. I do well with direction. With a direction to go. With having my own direction is, yeah. Is there YouTube videos out there? There are some, but one of the problems I have is you have all these, lack of a better term, wannabe ones telling you how they do it, and just generic instruction. Oh, well, if you want a deeper voice, I'll try and get a bit lower. Yes, I know that. How do I do some of that stuff? How do I make it sound right? Or if you want a current voice, Frog, you just kind of have it nasally up here and then speak funny. It's like, okay, but I don't want just the current voice, Frog. I want to know some of the techniques for some of that stuff. And my issues is with videos, it's all canned responses. If you have a question about it, there's no play with it. They have this. Well, this kind of applies. That kind of applies. This I don't understand. What do you mean with this? And you have to try and find another video that corresponds and explains the same thing that one was talking about in a better way, and it gets troublesome. Yeah, my dad. My dad had a video just yesterday actually. He was loading up videos on how to make bread from scratch, not with store-bought things, but grind your own flour, get that up, and make everything from the ground up, literally. Yeah, they are classes, but my problem, not problem, but that's what the step I'm currently on. I'm currently taking some classes that I'm looking through, but I also want to take some classes. Problem being, where I live currently is so remote, there are no classes. The college, the one college building we have in town is a community college, and the amount of art classes I could count on one hand. Maybe. There might be more, but the amount of art classes is on one hand. The amount of skills is another hand. There's nothing there. They have like a single welding class, Native American theology, generic art class, not painting or sculpting or any of that, just generic art class. No languages. It's just nothing there. I have to drive 100 miles to go into the big city to do a course over there, and that would add up real fast, having to drive there and back, and then still have a job in town here. It's not practical. Oh yeah, back to that point, making your own bread. My dad found these videos, and he was looking for all these people, how to make things from scratch. Okay, so what you do is, you start with this store-bought flour. No. Okay, so you get here and you grind all this wheat here, and I didn't have enough, so I'm doing some more store-bought flour in here. No. Okay. Oh, this one, ground flour. Okay, cool. And some butter. Okay, I can make that. And then what you get is this gluten here and some coconut milk. Why do you have gluten in coconut milk for a thing from scratch? No. And so we have to sort through all this stuff for, I don't know, just there's some native thing. I didn't pay attention to it, but it was just because we have Indian tribes here. Literally the town of Colville, I think, is based off an Indian tribe. We have like Chewelah has an Indian casino. Hell, our football team is called the Colville Indians, high school football team. So yeah, the Native American Indian population is not really prevalent here, as much as it is in some other areas, but it is a history here, so we bring it along. Alright, I'm gonna do at least one more voiceover here before we head off to whatever. We can still chat and stuff, but I realize it's kind of a lost cause now with me trying to talk with you guys and record. I'll be doing this a bit after the stream on my own, I guess. But yeah. Yeah, we have 20 acres here. We have our own land. We have chickens. He's looking at maybe getting a cow. That's nifty. But he wanted to look at what it would take to make it from our own stuff. From scratch. Literally scratch. And he's also looked at making some flaxseed. Growing that as because if you look into it, flaxseed is apparently a miracle grass. It does everything. The oil, waterproofing on sails, the fiber you can make to grass, all sorts of crazy things. But yeah, I'm not complaining. I'm just stating that I've run out of time to do this during the stream. And like I say, it's always fun talking with you guys. Go off on different tangents, learn different things, meet new people. All sorts of stuff happens when you just sit and chat. I'm not complaining. Just rearranging my schedule is all. But yeah, so we have the ability and the capacity to make bread from scratch, but nobody out there shows how, and all that knowledge is kind of getting lost too. But yeah, and everyone keeps pushing store-bought whatever. Why would you want to make bread? Just go to the store and buy a loaf. Well, currently we're in a weird pandemic craze where everybody's buying everything off the shelf. So that might not be possible to do. And other such logical reasonings. Anyway, I want to get this last one done, at least for now. I'm looking for something similar to Ryuk, but much higher and grosser and phlegmy. Phlegmy, huh? I might have that. I didn't succeed like you did, Ryuk. Let's try that one. I didn't succeed like you did, Ryuk. Want the notebook back? I didn't succeed like you did, Ryuk. You want the notebook back? Say some devilish lines that you would think fit best. I hate that. I hate that. Say some lines that you think would fit best. I don't know. I have a single line to figure out who the hell this character is. Because some of the ingredients might not work right, or, I don't know, we could do some stuff like that, but, another video on how to make flour. That could work. I don't know, but, this is just what he was looking at, because there are different types of flour, I guess. I am not a chef, I am not a cook, I don't quite know, but I do know that a lot of the recipes and stuff require certain reactions from things. I think like egg is a binder of some sort. But again, it's... And so, some of the recipes use maybe like, I have no idea, shortening or something like that to make things stick and react and do stuff. And he's wanting a recipe that actually works, that people have found and makes sense, I guess. I'm just spitballing here. I don't know. Yeah. And there are different types of wheat and stuff as well. And different grains have to... Some things are treated differently. Maybe? It's just me spitballing ideas. But yeah. There are... You can lick rocks. There... Yeah, it sounds weird, but I think some, like... Some of the minerals you have salt or something on them. Maybe. Now that I think about it, how would... Because salt is a necessity for life. Animals have to eat that in the wild. So how do they get that? If you want to go with the weird route, we have de-icing trucks that combine just like de-ice shit, and so oftentimes you'll see animals sitting in the middle of the road licking it for the salt content, which does work, I guess. There are other such odd, unsanitary ways of going about it. Without a salt mine, yeah. You can. Also, if you're by the ocean, you can get salt water, boil it up, and get salt, which is a simple process. And you also get safe to drink water that way as well. So, win-win, right? That aspect too, I forgot. But yeah. They can still get salt from it. I don't think it... maybe. Maybe a refining process. Boil the salt out of it. Get the distilled water. Boil that again. Repeat until it's pure enough for you or something. Let's lick rocks, guys. Yeah, let's... So, this whole session here, what we've now decided is that we should all go outside and lick rocks. Because that's where you get salt. Alright. Deal. Alright. Or if you really want to be just weird, you can get a deer salt lick block. These big old frickin' bricks. Those are a very good source of salt too. Or the Hawaiian pink salt lamps. You can actually eat those if you want. But apparently they help your mood or something because reasons. I don't know. Anywho, I guess that'll be it for today. I didn't get as much done as I thought I would, but I had a much more enjoyable experience than I thought I would. So, thank you for that, guys. But yeah, it's yeah, it looks like I got 3 audition stuff going. I'll be continuing this for a bit this morning, off stream, because I can't do it online and stuff. Well, if you like are dying of salt deprivation, that might be better than not. I don't know. I've no idea. It was a joke. Don't really do that. We have plenty of salt in the world to tide us over without having to need a emergency salt. Oh, there we go. That's how I do it. Anyway. Well, I will or I won't. I'll figure it out one way or the other. But yeah, it's I want to try and get in the habit of getting past my reluctance to try because I'm not skilled, because that's how you get better. So, it's a work in progress. Anywho, see y'all later, guys. Have a good day.